So I'm getting really excited about the Disaster Artist coming out because The Room, this is the first time I've watched The Room, but I've seen a lot of clips of it, and like the Star Wars Holiday Special, which I just talked about recently too, this is one of the notably so bad it's good movies, and The Room is one of those movies that a lot of people consider one of the best worst movies ever made. Now, because of the Disaster Artist coming out, I thought I might as well watch this all the way in full. And because I've seen a lot of clips, I've seen like "You're tearing me apart, Lisa," or the "Oh hi, Mark," like stuff like that. But I never saw the movie as a whole, just like the Star Wars Holiday Special. But going into this, like I already knew it's gonna be terrible, like it's gonna be dog shit, and it was. But man, this was an experience, and honestly, even though I've seen clips of it before I watched the whole movie in whole as a whole, it didn't do it justice because this movie, like I said, is terrible. And it's funny because I never would have thought I would have said this, but it's funny that soap operas have better acting than this movie. Like, I was thinking the whole time, like, this plot is a soap opera plot, but the acting is legitimately worse. Like, soap operas are bad, and I've never watched soap operas really. I've seen clips of them, like, whenever I've been at friends' houses or whatever, if they're watching it, but, like, I've noticed that this has, like, abysmal acting. Like, and on purpose too. It makes no sense on how everything is just stilted, but in a way that it seems like it's purposefully like that. Or maybe everybody was copying Tommy Wiseau, who I don't know. Like, I mean, I haven't read much about him, but the more I'm thinking about it, I might just think this guy might be insane. Like, he seems like he's crazy because the way he talked about this, like, said it would be, he was thinking it'd be a masterpiece, thinking it would be something fantastic. But the way that he talks, the way that he acts, the way that all the characters act, the way that all the actors emit acting in this movie, it doesn't. To me, that doesn't seem the case. That he's trying to be something grand and masterful. But to me, this was just, like I said, it was an experience. It was something that I had to see for myself. And if people haven't seen this, go see it. It doesn't. And I'm gonna spoil it, but who the fuck cares though? It doesn't. It's not something that will be anything riveting or have a plot that isn't cliched. Like the end of the movie, like for example, whenever at the end, whenever Johnny kills himself, like it just seemed like this is such a. It was already a drama quotes, but they made, if this was good, like I'd understand, but like it's weird seeing, like, the story is cliched feels like a soap opera where Tommy Wiseau's character Johnny is with a girl named Lisa, and she is just the biggest bitch. Like, she just randomly out of nowhere just is horrible to everybody, lies to everybody, treats everybody like shit, and Johnny and Lisa are gonna get married. But then she instantly, with like her trying to initiate the action, goes and has sex with another guy, and keeps doing it, and says, and like acts like she's so in pain that she's gonna marry Johnny, and then she talks to her mom about it. And, like, it's funny how much screen time this has, where, like, she's talking to all these people about her problems, but she's a stupid, like, person. Like, she just does all this dumb shit and treats everybody bad and fucks everybody over. So then in the end, it results in Johnny killing himself. But it's so outrageous in how, like, whenever she's talking to her mom, and she's saying, like, I'm not happy, like, I don't want to be with this person, with Johnny. But then the mom, I can see why this character is a bitch, because the mom's like, no, you need to marry him just to have secure money. Like, you need to have love doesn't really matter. Love is not being married. Like, it is the weirdest thing. It does not. It's one of those films that is so out there that it's hard to it's hard to talk about a lot. Like, I mean, there's things I can mention, like the stupid shit that everybody mentions, but I wanted to talk more about how these characters, like, why they just do random stuff. But it seemed like a soap opera plot where there's always the mean person who causes all the trouble, and then it results in circumstances that they didn't want, like Johnny killing himself at the end. But it's just so out there, like, in a way that, like, yeah, it's funny, it's bad, but it seems like he fits a lot of cliches in of just a drama, but don't utilize them and don't make them have a point. Like how the kid Denny or Danny, I think it's Denny, the younger kid who Johnny has live at his house, or has a key to his house, and that Denny kid does drugs. So this big thug comes out and puts a gun to his head and starts starting to kill him, and then Johnny like beats him up, or I mean something. I don't even remember if you see it, but then like it has stuff like that where like it's you got drug problems, you got relationship problems, you've got just all these weird issues that are cliched, but like he makes them so terrible that it makes me feel dumb just talking about it. Like I don't understand why any of this is what it is. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And like I said, I wanted to talk more about why it just doesn't make any sense, and as opposed to say the stuff that everybody says, like the "oh hi doggy" line, or just stuff like that, like stuff that everybody knows about. Oh, and I also want to mention at the end, because I keep bringing up Johnny killing himself, because Lisa, I don't remember what happened actually. I already forgot where Lisa, I guess, dumps him or whatever. But like he shoots himself at the end, and it's so funny because it's a slow-mo shot, and like it pauses on a shot where like he shoots the gun, but then whenever you see the pause shot, it's like this, and the gun goes up. So like even though of course he wasn't gonna really shoot himself in the head, this actor, but like it's funny because they had a shot to where it didn't look authentic. You could just literally have a fake gun, have him point at it, but like it. And there's a thing that happens whenever you shoot a gun. It shoots back, but like it shoots back to a point where it looks like it never even hit him. And then Denny and Lisa come up and they find Johnny dead, and there's no blood on him at all. But then you just see on the like behind him, like on a blanket, is just some like red, a little bit of red, like a little bit of blood. Like it's so out there in just a dumb way that I don't even think it just. Again, I wanted to talk more about this, but it's hard to talk about. It's hurting my brain. Like, I don't get. Because it's so stupid and inept, it's just making me feel like I can't even find anything else to say about it, because maybe that's what Tommy Wiseau wanted to do. Maybe he just wanted to say that this is nothing. Maybe he just really wanted that, as opposed to saying it would be a masterpiece or be a great movie. Because I don't agree with what he said. But I think that this one is just so out there, just that it's interesting, and it's one that I guess there's nothing else I could say about it, but to me it just seems like something that you have to experience on your own. But it just, I don't know. It's hurting my brain, man. Anyways, I guess I'm going to abruptly end talking about this because I can't think of anything else to say because it's just so what it is. But yeah, it made me laugh though. It made me laugh. It was a good bad movie, but it isn't like my favorite bad movie. Like I'd rather watch Showgirls or Troll 2 or like Exorcist 2 or Speed 2. Like I'd rather watch those movies than this. Like this one's fine, but like a fine dumb movie, but I guess so bad it's a good movie, but it doesn't. It's not one that I'll rewatch. It's not one that I think, because it also is just kind of boring. It's not anything really besides stilted acting and cliched plot drama. So overall, just The Room was like okay. It made me laugh. Not like my favorite bad movie ever, but I can see why people love it.